Since the overturning of Roe versus Wade last Friday, fresh battles are beginning in the courtrooms across the nation. In Texas, a Harris County judge ruled yesterday that some clinics can temporarily resume abortions up to 6 weeks of pregnancy.
Now, Attorney General Ken Paxton says he will appeal a temporary restraining order on the state's pre-Roe versus Wade abortion ban that dates back to the 1920s. Paxton said those laws could be enforced since the state legislature never repealed them.
The Supreme Court's latest action comes on the anniversary of a wild week at the state capitol, where thousands once gathered for another abortion measure playing out in the legislature.
And that's where we find KXAN's Josh Hinkle, who covered those historic moments and their impact years ago.
9 years ago this week, right here at the state capitol, one of the biggest stories I've ever covered. The first of two filibusters against abortion restrictions pushed by the Texas GOP. Leading that fight, a Democratic senator who would soon be in the national spotlight, Wendy Davis, who spoke with us today about the current state of women's health in Texas.
To beat back an anti-abortion bill that would have closed almost all of our clinics here in the state. And it was kind of almost a made-for-TV script, because the thousands of people who came to the Capitol that day ultimately were responsible in the last 15 minutes before that midnight deadline to kill the bill. They were responsible in drowning out the ability of the Secretary of the Senate to take a vote and get that bill passed. And we all know that ultimately we were called back to another special session. The bill did pass into law. More than half of our clinics closed, but ultimately the Supreme Court overturned it and things were once again stable here. The lesson for me to be learned in that is that when we show up and when we fight and we believe in our collective and individual power, we can rely on our ability to make change. And I know people are feeling so upset, frustrated, sad, angry, as am I. But we can't let that lead us to a state of giving up. It's more important now than ever that we fight.
What happened 9 years ago resulted in lengthy court battles, and we're already seeing that setting up with what's happening now in Texas. Where does that uncertainty leave women in Texas?
You know, it leads them in a really murky place. And this is where organizations like the one that I founded, Deeds Not Words, and others are leaning in and stepping up to try to be the backstop for people who need them, people who need a voice, and people who are going to protect them as much as possible in this moment. And part of that is defensive, but part of it is proactive. Because what we know is, based on Justice Thomas's concurring opinion, based on the fact that the right to privacy and liberty that was underpinned in Roe and that has now been found non-existent by this Supreme Court, we know that contraceptive care is at risk, and we have got to do everything we can proactively to put in place the kind of protections that are needed. Today, Harris County, where Houston is, passed a resolution proclaiming its support for reproductive health care. Austin is doing the same. Denton County even is about to step up and do this. And I think it's really important, city by city, county by county, that we are stepping forward and telling the people that live here, we are going to do everything we can to give you the proactive health care that you need. And until we can get this decision overturned, we're going to try to get you the care you need out of state.
You can catch our full conversation, plus a closer look at the filibusters that shaped a key part of Texas politics for years to come, online now in this story in the politics section of KXAN.com. At the Capitol, Josh Hinkle, KXAN News.